What's up, you guys? Slash the Boss here, and today I am doing a special Star Wars The Black Series review. This figure in particular I'm taking a look at today is Figuring Dan from the Cantina Band, or the Cantina Band member. I got this figure at Target, and I can't believe they have the whole assortment of Kenobi figures in stock. Well, without further ado, let's begin today's video of our as a Cantina Band member. So, without further ado, let's begin. Also, make sure to stay towards the end of the video so I can tell you my crazy story of how I picked up these figures. Well, without further ado, okay guys, this is one of the most anticipated Star Wars The Black Series figures to me, in my opinion, just because I love the Cantina Band. I just always loved them in episode 4. They just always make me smile every time I watch that scene. And it's always a nostalgic character, and I can't believe Black Series actually made this into action figure form. So I'm really looking forward to it. So going over the packaging, you got the beautiful bubble shot of Figuring Dan right there. It says New Hope in the beautiful orange New Hope packaging. You got the Cantina Band member right here, looking super cool. Playing his instrument of choice. I don't know the name of the instrument. We got some on the top. Got legalese on the bottom. On the back of the figure, you got this beautiful portrait. And it says Star Wars The Black Series, Figuring Dan. Figuring Dan was the rocking frontman of the All Biff band. The model nodes his deaf playing the Kulu horn for the band, earned his nickname Figuring, which is really cool. This is number 4 on the Kenobi wave, legalese, and it has more legalese on the bottom. With that being said, let's crack this thing open, and I'll show you guys what is all about. Like usual, I always destroy the boxes. So yeah, so the box right here, just a clean little gray background, nothing really too special on the card back, still the color. Okay guys, so here's our Figuring Dan out of the packaging in the bubble. So he looks super good. Let's unveil him over here. He just looks magnificent. And without further ado, let's crack this thing open, and I'll be right back. So here's our Figuring Dan out of the packaging right here. And this guy just looks magnificent. So with further ado, let's take a look at his accessories, and then take a closer look at our figure. By the way, I don't know if you guys already know this already. This figure is actually an army builder, and this figure is also also has a deluxe release with the other instruments. So whatever you wish, float your boat. You can army build how you want. For me personally, I'm starting off with one, maybe get the deluxe down the road. Well, let's begin. Okay guys, so Figuring Dan comes with 3 different instruments. The first instrument we're going to take a closer look at is this really odd shaped like clarinet. I just love the rusting, and they put really good age details to this. It's like a fine metal instrument. I don't know the proper Star Wars name for this instrument, but it looks super cool. I just absolutely love the sculpting on this instrument piece. Hasbro did a lot of good job in sculpting this. Then he comes with a bigger instrument. It kind of reminds me of an oboe. It just has this really long reed going in there, looking really cool. These are all instruments that are all aerophones, which means they can anything you can blow air into. It just has beautiful sculpting all over it. Love that gold wash down the side. Got some gunmetal silver right there. And on the top, it just has a beautiful little mouthpiece. And it's a pretty big instrument. Like, it's pretty big. It's almost about the size of a pencil, you know. You have them like sharpened down. About the size of that. Our next instrument is another instrument. Kind of reminds me of a gunmetal gray. Has a nice gunmetal gray wash all over it. Just a really big and beautiful instrument indeed. I don't really know what this Star Wars instrument is, but it's iconic to the Cantina Band. Immediately when you saw this, I'm like, yep, that reminds me of the Cantina Band, and it is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous how this thing is filled, and I don't know, it's really well sculpted. Hasbro did a really good job at sculpting these instruments. So we got 3 different instrument options for your Cantina Band. Next up, let's take a closer look at our Cantina Band member. So going into this figure, let's take a closer look at the head sculpt. So looking at the head sculpt of Figuring Dan, or the Cantina Band member, He has an iconic face, and Hasbro did a really good job sculpting his face. This looks like he stepped right out of episode 4 and outside the Tatooine Cantina band. Yeah, it looks so cool. I just love the head sculpt on this thing. It just looks so accurate. Hasbro absolutely killed this one. Amazing, guys. Amazing work by Hasbro. And then you have this really interesting shirt color, which you don't really get to see too much up close. It's just iconic. It's just a really iconic shirt. Just a iconic jazz musician kind of cafe style uniform. Very organic to Star Wars. It has some gray pants. Right here, nice little seams going down with the sculpting on the seams. And then he has some open pants. Honestly, kind of remind me of Freddy Krueger. Just because, I don't know, this kind of, because you can see his little bones. It looks sculpted like Freddy Krueger a little bit. And then I see all the fingernails. He just looks really nice. Nice boots as well on the bottom of the feet. So yeah, so that's our Cantina band number. Okay guys, now we're going over the articulation of Figure Dan. So the articulation of this figure, his head can look up this much, guys. It's really hollow, the head. You can look down this much, and you can look side to side. His arms can move out this much, guys. Maybe a little tight to some, but his head can move like this. His arm can move out this much. He actually does have double jointed elbows. Beautiful range on those elbows. And then his legs can move this much like this. And then he actually has just single jointed knee, which is irrelevant. It's okay. You're not going to get him too much kicking poses. You want to have him in musician poses mostly. So that's that for that for articulation pretty much. He also has boot swivel, and then his feet can hinge up and down like so. So those are pretty much the articulation of our Figure Dan. So yeah. Okay guys, so I'm actually going to put him back on the turntable with his instrument, and then I'm going to give you a comparison of the figure with the Stormtrooper or something like that. So a couple figures up here I can do comparisons with, but I'm just going to do it with this one. Okay guys, so here's our first instrument. I posted him up with the big oboe looking thing. You can actually get both hands around the instrument, which I really like about this figure. I put him almost in a solo kind of pose for this instrument, just because I kind of want to see how well he can actually pose with the instrument, and he looks really nice in this pose. I don't know, I think he looks really cool in this pose. I honestly love this pose for this figure. It looks really great. It looks really great. I just love him. I love him to pieces. So next up, I'm going to show you the smallest Figure Dan or the Cantina member with the smaller instrument. I think this instrument's kind of neat. I just love this instrument. It looks really cool in other people's hands. You can actually probably use this as well as like scraps for a Jawa. I think it'd be kind of neat as well if you wanted to put that instrument for that. It just looks really nice. Just be really mindful of the little tippy thing on top. It's a little softer plastic. It just looks super nice in this little pose, little concert pose I put him in this time. Next up, we'll put him with the Gunmetal Gray instrument, which I'm not sure what it's called. It kind of reminds me of IG-11's head or IG-88's head. So let's put that on. This is probably how I'm actually going to display the figure, just because it is iconic to Star Wars, and this is how I just prefer the Cantina band to look, just like this organic instrument. I don't know what it's called, but it just always gives me childhood vibes and childhood happiness. And he just fell over because he's a little top heavy, but there he is, back in the pose. He's gonna tilt the head a little bit more to get him playing that instrument. So yeah, looking super right now. I'm gonna pause the turntable and add a Stormtrooper, and then I'll give you my final verdict and my story about how I got these figures. So here is the Stormtrooper next to our Figure Dan. I think it just looks super cool next to an average Stormtrooper. It just makes sense, I think, at the time to have them as security. And it just looks like a really iconic duo. Look at them go around. And yeah, this thing is just phenomenal. With this being said, this action figure right here, a Figure Dan or the Cantina member, is priceless. This figure can get you into your childhood happiness and your childhood element. Just imagining you actually own a Cantina band member. It's really cool. I actually have one in hand. It just really makes me a really good collector. Makes me really happy as a collector, and just I love these figures. This figure is totally worth it. You got really good articulation, really good accessories, and I highly recommend you guys pick up Figure and Dan. Honestly, give him a 9 out of 10 just because he's an army builder, but I just love him. I love him to pieces. Easily solid, one of the best Black Series figures of the year, in my opinion. So how did I obtain this figure? Well, I was looking around the Black Series section. I thought they had all the exclusive figures, but then I look up, nope. They actually had the rest of the Kenobi wave and just chose Kenobi and Vader as well. Well, with that being said, I'm out of here, and thank you guys for watching this video. And please like and subscribe to see more Star Wars Black Series reviews. And stay tuned for my Obi-Wan and Darth Vader review coming up soon. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later for more. See ya. Bye.